Hi Merlin. I'd like to ask you some questions about your channelings. I could participate in some of them and I was really deeply impressed what came through. But maybe some people have no idea about what channeling really is and what value it has if it's coming through you. Maybe you can explain us a little bit more about what happens.
Yes, of course. Um, I think it's important to understand that before I start doing any channeling, and I'll go into kind of what channeling is in a second, but it's important that I create a very sacred space to be able to do it in. So this is about ensuring that everything is pure and that anyone or any being that is coming through me is a being of light. And so I think that's a really important aspect to explain and understand. So I'm very careful about the space in which I'm doing the channeling and what comes through. So channeling is when I am another being from a higher light realm will come through and through me and speak through me. So and with some channels, kind of the person who's the vessel for the channel will be completely absent, and kind of their consciousness will be somewhere else, and the being that comes through is fully there. What tends to happen with me is I'm kind of in the background, so I'm aware of what is happening, but the whoever is coming through me in channeling is dominant and in the forefront. I tend to I've channeled ascended masters who have come through with various pieces of information that really help. It tends to be stuff that really helps people to help them in their day-to-day life. It tends to be information and knowledge that is very relevant for them at that particular moment, that really helps them to kind of either make sense of something that's been going on for them, or understand why something has happened in their life. I also do channeling of other alien races. So there's one being who comes through very regularly who's the Pleiadian, and she likes to be called Starpath. And she tells us quite a bit of information that is going on kind of galactically. So what's happening in relation to Earth, but also things that are happening with things on a galactic level. And it can be really, really interesting for us to, because we're not fully aware of what's happening. Some people have some awareness, I know, and there are other people who channel information from different people. What I find is a very common theme for that comes through is they're very the beings who come through are very honoured to be speaking with us. They admire the light workers, particularly who are on Earth, who are here, boots on the ground, doing the inner work to be able to really bring the change that is needed in the world. So they're very, very respectful of us and what we're doing here. And they enjoy imparting the information that they let us know and that we are allowed to know about what's happening. And they also have lots of caveats in place where they're very careful about times, for example, because we know that linear time only really happens here, and so they tend to be, well, this may happen because of this timeline or that timeline. So it's very careful as well, and so it tends to be more about what we can do for ourselves and how we can help ourselves. So it's a very empowering information that tends to come through. We've also had a couple of beings who have been a lot of fun. I channeled a Lyran being who came through who was hilarious and was very amusing for the people who were receiving the channeled information. And the information was just a little bit about what their life was like on the planet and what they did and what it looked like, and it was all very, very fascinating. When I played back the video, it was, really funny.
Will you deliver in future time regularly online channelings where people can participate?
Yes, that is my plan to do that, because the feedback that I've received from people who take part now has been so good, and people say, "Oh, you really should do this more." So yeah, that's definitely a plan.
And if I need a one-to-one channeling, would this be part of the mentoring, or can I have it separately?
Yeah, we could book that separately. I mean, I think that would come into a discussion that we would have with our initial chat, that we explore, what's right for you as an individual.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to the next channeling then. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.